So my name's Grant Miller and I'm the Staff Sergeant of the Calgary Police Service Homicide Unit, and I have the following release for you today. On Sunday, January 19th, 2014, police were called to the 2000 block of 27th Street Southeast for reports for a man who was found deceased inside a residence. An autopsy has confirmed the deceased person is Dennis Manual BARREIRA, 46 years of age, of Calgary. The cause of death is currently being withheld as it forms part of our ongoing investigation. The police are asking anyone who knew of the whereabouts of BARREIRA leading up to Sunday to please contact the police or Crime Stoppers. And I'll take your questions.
Do you know, with any idea who did this, suspects, anything right now?
At this point in time, we don't believe that this was a random attack. We believe that the persons involved may have been known to Mr. BARREIRA. Again, at this time in the investigation, to, I guess, maintain the integrity of our ongoing investigation, we're not going to speak to what we found inside the residence, other than to say that this man was found deceased inside it.
How were they known to police?
Again, we don't speak to the histories of our victims.
How were police alerted to the fact this man was deceased in his house? Was it like a 1043 call? Or?
He lives with other people at the residence who had been away from the residence. They returned to the residence and found him dead inside the house.
So how long would those people have been away? Like how long would they have been, I guess, alone?
So again, these are some of the things that we're trying to determine. The other people that reside at that residence have been very cooperative with us and with the investigation. And at this time, they're not considered persons of interest in any way.
The people he lives with, are they family, spouse, friends, roommates?
I think they're friends and roommates.
How many people does he live with?
I'm not sure the exact number. One or two, possibly.
But can you say how long, like were they away for a weekend, for a 2 or 3 day trip? Would it be a matter of hours, a matter of days?
I would say less than 24 hours.
So any idea on a motive at this point?
Not at this time. Again, we had to wait until the autopsy was completed yesterday to make the actual determination that this was a homicide. So this is still early into the investigation, and that's why we're here today asking for anyone who had contact with him over the weekend to come forward and share that information with us.
Any indication why somebody would target this man? Would it be drug related?
Not at this time. We're not sure what the motive is at this time, and again, that's part of what we're trying to determine.
Do you know when he was last heard from? Like maybe talked to a relative or friend?
I believe it was Saturday sometime, but again, there may be other contacts that people have had with him, and that's what the information that we're looking for now.
Does he have family here in the city?
He does have some family inside the city and other family outside the city.
Do you have any people in mind right now?
At this point, we have no persons of interest, and we are very much in the information gathering stage of this investigation.
Can you say where inside the home he was found?
And again, I'm not going to speak to the specifics of anything that we found inside the residence.
Do you know how long he's lived there for?
I believe he'd been there for a while. This address is essentially not known to the police. It's not a place that we frequent.
Now you said that you had to wait till the autopsy was done to concretely determine that this was a homicide. And I know you're not going to tell us what you found in the house, but when officers arrived there, what they saw, did that already lead police to believe we were going in the direction of a homicide?
Yes. At the time, it was determined that his death appeared to be suspicious, and at that time, when the police service determined that, that's why the homicide unit was called in to lead the investigation. But even with that day at that time, it still wasn't clear exactly the nature of what had happened, and so that's why we had to wait until after the autopsy.
So you said that it's believed that Dennis was targeted? Like it's not a random?
Yes.
Can you say why you believe that?
Not at this time.
Staff and neighbors been able to assist police in any way?
Our inquiries in the neighborhood around the address, we found everyone to be very cooperative and very helpful at this time. And again, we're speaking to neighbors, we're speaking to friends, and anyone with information is just asked to come forward with what they have.
There's been a lot of talk by neighbors and people around the residence that there was a lot of traffic at all hours of the day. Does that lead to an investigation in any certain direction?
I think that the best answer I have for that question is the fact that we as the police have not attended that residence frequently leading up to this point.
Does he have kids?
Again, I'm not going to speak to the specifics of to the victim.
What was the actual date that his body was discovered?
We were out on, this began on Sunday evening around 5 p.m. And again, at this time, I wish there was more that I could share with you. I'm hoping to do so in the near future. And when I say that, not in the next day or two, but hopefully we'll have some more answers by the end of the week, and I'll be able to come back and share that with you.